Everyone. So it's the topic that is the abdomen organs in a nutshell, and the PPT focuses upon the different visceral organs which will be go on thereafter. So that if we want to remember the main core points of the particular organ, we can easily remember it. So it's been a try from my side so that it will be helpful for you to understand the particular topic very well. And the reference has been taken from Vishram Singh's book, Volume 2. So the contents are mainly focusing upon a particular of that book only. So let's start begin with the first organ, that is our stomach. Now the points under which we will cover the topic are including the location, external features, the parts, the relations, the interior of the stomach, the arterial and venous system, the lymphatic drainage, the nerve supply of it, and lastly the clinical aspects. Now first we will look upon the location. In any of the abdominal organ, if we will see, we first locate it according to the its particular presence in the abdominal regions. So if we look upon the stomach, it is present in the upper left part of the abdomen, occupying the left hypochondriac, the umbilical and the epigastric region, as it is been mentioned in the diagram also. Now we focus upon the shape of the stomach. So the normally the shape in the distended part of the stomach is actually J shaped, and it may vary accordingly, like it may be semilunar shape, it may be inverted L shape also. So in different conditions may happen. Now if you see the long axis which passes to the stomach, it passes downward, forward and to the right, and then finally backward and slightly upward. So this according to the axis about it. Now the length, if we see, it's generally about 10 inches, and the capacity of the stomach varies throughout our life. So like example, in the birth, during birth actually it's about only about 30 ml. In the puberty it's about 1000 ml, and adults about 1.5 to 2 liters. Now focusing on the second point, it is external feature. Externally, if we can see in the diagram also, it is mentioned that there are mainly actually 3 points which you have to focus. The first are the 2 ends which we can see. Here is the cardiac and the pyloric end. The 2 curvatures, the greater and the lesser curvature, and the 2 surfaces, the anterior part that is also known as anterior superior, and the posterior also known as posterior inferior. Now if we see the parts, तो स्टमक में अगर अपन देखते हैं तो पार्ट्स अलग अलग तरीके से अपन को 4 पार्ट्स अपन डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि कार्डियक है, फंडस है, बॉडी और बायोलोरिक पार्ट है. तो ये जो पार्ट्स हैं ये अपन डायग्राम में भी देख रहे हैं कि अलग अलग पार्ट्स अपन स्टमक में इसको स्टडी करते हैं. सो इफ़ यू फोकसिंग अपॉन द डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द कार्डियक पार्ट्स, तो कार्डियक पार्ट जो है वो अपना एक्चुअली इसोफेगस जहाँ से एंट्री करता है अपने स्टमक में, दैट पर्टिकुलर कार्डियक ऑरिफिस इज प्रेजेंट ओवर देयर. So that is the cardiac part. Now if we focus upon the second, it is the fundus. The fundus is the upper dome shaped part of the stomach situated above the horizontal plane drawn over the lower cardiac muscle. Means if we draw some horizontal plane through the cardiac notch, the part which is coming upward is known as the fundus. Now the peculiarities which you can see in the fundus, you have to remember only the 2 points. तो फंडस से हमको 2 पॉइंट को हमको अच्छे से ध्यान रखना है. वन इज दैट इट इज़ द पार्ट वेयर प्रेजेंस ऑफ गैस इज प्रेजेंट. सो what occurs due to this? Due to presence of gas, we can see that there is a radiolucent shadow under the left dome of the diaphragm in a skiagram. It means that presence of gas can be shown in that skiagram. Now if we focus on the body, तो बॉडी हमारा स्टमक का जो मेन पार्ट है वो हमारा बॉडी कंस्टिट्यूट करता है, बिकॉज इन द बॉडी इज एक्चुअली द मेन गैस्ट्रिक सिक्रेशन विच विल बी secreted. And the last one is the pyloric part. So the pyloric part is the end part which actually continues with the duodenum and this presence of the pyloric sphincter. Now we will study detail of the pylorus. The pylorus is divided into 3 parts, namely the pyloric antrum, the pyloric canal and the pylorus. The pyloric antrum is the proximal white part and separated from the pyloric canal by sulcus interminus. मीन्स कि यहाँ पर हम देखते हैं तो एक सल्कस इंटरमिस करके अपने को एक पार्ट मिलता है. उस पार्ट के जो प्रोक्सिमल मतलब उसके पहले जो मिलेगा पार्ट अपने को, उसको अपन बोलते हैं पाइलोरिक एंट्रम. और जो पाइलोरिक कैनाल है वो हमारा उसके बाद का पार्ट है, दैट इज एज यू कैन सी इट इज बीन मेंशन बाय पाइलोरिक कैनाल इज द डिस्टल एंड पार्ट. और जब हम सबसे आगे में पहुँच जाते हैं उसका सबसे जो डिस्टल मोस्ट पार्ट जो हमको मिलता है उसको हम बोलते हैं पाइलोरस, दिस इज द थिकनिंग ऑफ सर्कुलर मसल फॉर्मिंग द पाइलोरिक स्फिंक्टर. Now if we will focus upon the different relations, there is the presence of peritoneal relations, there is presence of visceral relations. As the name suggests, the peritoneal relation is towards the peritoneum, means with the peritoneum what is the relation with the stomach. So the presence of lesser omentum, the greater omentum, the gastrosplenic ligament and the gastrophrenic ligament. The lesser omentum, as you can see the diagram, presents over the lesser curvature. The greater omentum is present over the greater curvature. The gastrosplenic ligament present between the stomach and the spleen, and the gastrophrenic ligament present between the stomach and the above, that is diaphragm. If we focus upon the visceral relations, so if we want to see the visceral relation, we can actually focus that there are mainly 2 parts, that is the anterior superior surface and the posterior surface is there. In the anterior superior surface, we can only see some like the part of the gastric impression of the left lobe of the liver, the left half of the diaphragm and the rib cage, and also the lower part of the anterior abdominal wall, which we can see over there. The main point which you have to focus over here is the relation of the posterior surface. और हमारे एग्जाम में भी और हमको मतलब जो मेनली पूछा जाएगा वो अपने किसी से पूछा जाएगा, तो हमको इस पॉइंट पर थोड़ा ज़्यादा फोकस करना है, क्योंकि ये हमारा पार्ट कहलाता है, इसको बोलते हैं अपन स्टमक बेड. इसके डायग्राम भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो डायग्राम आपको अच्छे से पता होना चाहिए. और स्टमक बेड का अगर अपन बात करते हैं तो बहुत सारे इसमें ऑर्गन्स अपने को मिलते हैं. ये ऑर्गन्स ही इसके बेड, मतलब बेड क्या बोलते हैं कि उसके लोअर सरफेस में स्टमक के अपने को ऑर्गन्स मिलेंगे, which includes the diaphragm, the left kidney, the left suprarenal gland, the pancreas, transverse mesocolon, left colic flexure, splenic artery and spleen, as you can see the diagram also. अब now अपन देखते हैं स्टमक के इंटीरियर में, कि भाई अभी तक हमने स्टमक के एक्सटर्नली देखा कि हमको कौन कौन सी चीज़ें मिलती हैं, बट अब हम इंटीरियर में जाएंगे तो हमको एक और चीज़ ध्यान रखनी कि हम हिस्टोलॉजिकली भी इस चीज़ को थोड़ा सा स्टडी कर लें. तो अगर हिस्टोलॉजिकली देखते हैं तो हमको ऊपर मिलती है सिरस कोट, obviously पेरिटोनियम इज प्रेजेंट ओवर देयर. If you move on inside, then we have presence of three muscle layers. It's the peculiarity of the stomach that there is presence of oblique, circular, and longitudinal muscle. Innermost there, obviously, innermost they will be present of the mucosal fold. There will be mucosal lining also present over there, and accordingly, this we can see the different histological structures. The main thing which you have to focus over there are the 3 points, that is the gastric fold, the gastric pit, and the gastric canal. Now in the diagram you can see that there is gastric fold is present in longitudinal folds of the mucosa known as the gastric rugge. The gastric pit are the numerous depressions through which the gastric canal secretes the secretion. The gastric canal, as you can see, is the longitudinal canal which goes along the lesser curvature, and through this during the swallowing or between the longitudinal folds there is presence of the lesser curvature. And the gastric canal is most prone to insult of this solid spicy food and irritable liquid, that is the alcohol, and is vulnerable to gastric ulceration. Now we focus upon the arterial supply of the stomach. So if we see the arterial supply of the stomach, and the main thing which you have to focus here is about the celiac trunk. हमको अगर स्टमक का पूछा जाएगा तो हमको एक चीज़ ध्यान रखनी है कि सीलियक ट्रंक इसका मेन इसका आर्टेरियल सप्लाई होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि सीलियक ट्रंक से अपने को 3 ब्रांचेस मिलती हैं, दैट इज द लेफ्ट गैस्ट्रिक, द राइट द स्प्लेनिक आर्टरी एंड द कॉमन हेपाटिक आर्टरी. एज इन द डायग्राम यू कैन सी दैट द लेफ्ट गैस्ट्रिक आर्टरी converts goes towards the lesser curvature. The right gastric artery is actually the branch of the common hepatic artery, and the left gastroepiploic converts and is forming towards the greater curvature, as you can see in the diagram, from the splenic artery. The right gastroepiploic artery is the continuation of the gastroduodenal artery, and the short gastric artery also you can see from the splenic artery is being shown. Now the venous drainage similarly with the arterial supply consists of the left gastric vein, the right gastric vein, the left gastroepiploic vein, the right gastroepiploic and the short gastric vein. Now you can see the diagram that the left and the right gastric vein pour their secretion or pour their venous drainage into the portal vein, and the left gastroepiploic vein, the right gastroepiploic vein, they continues and ultimately they go to the portal vein. But the left gastroepiploic vein and the short gastric vein will go to the splenic vein, and the right gastroepiploic vein go towards the superior mesenteric vein. Now we will go on the lymphatic drainage. So the different regions are being divided the stomach, and there are mainly 4 regions, 1, 2, 3 and 4 simultaneously. So the different regions will drain their lymph into different nodes. The region 3 will into pancreatic splenic node, the region 2 will into the right gastroepiploic node, the 4th region will go into the pyloric nodes and to the right gastric nodes, and ultimately the first region will go into the left gastric node. They all will actually ultimately converge into the celiac node, and the celiac node will go to the cisterna chyli, that will go to this thoracic region and go upward through the body. Now we go on to the nerve supply. The nerve supply is mainly from the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervation. The sympathetic nervation, if you can see, it has a vasomotor supply and has an inhibitor on gastric musculature. The parasympathetic nervation by the vagus nerve is mainly by the 2 trunks, that is the anterior and the posterior. Now if you see back, there is a diagram shown over here. The anterior vagal trunk shows that there are the main 3 branches: hepatic, celiac, pyloric branch, and also there is the main branch of the gastric, there is known as the nerve of Leterjet. And in the posterior we have one more thing, that is known as the nerve of Grassi. This whole nerve supply will innervate the different regions of the stomach. Lastly, we move on to the clinical aspects. We have the 3 main clinical aspects we have to focus upon, that the gastric carcinoma, the gastric pain, and the vagotomy. The gastric carcinoma over here we can see is presence of the some cancerous cells and tumors are present, and it's actually generally present in the pyloric antrum part. Now if you want to detect over there, so we can detect like if they're forming a swelling of the left supraclavicular nodes known as the Virchow's node. So this presence of some metastasis also occur, and the sign which is known as the sign which focus upon the gastric carcinoma is also known as Trossler's sign. Now, the gastric pain occurs in the epigastric region. The gastric pain is occurring in the epigastric region because the nerve supply is present of the T6 to T10 spinal nerves. So, the pain, if any of the disease condition is there, then pain will occur. The third is the vagotomy. As the name suggests, the vagotomy means vago means vagus and tomy means to cut. The trunks of the vagotomy has been cut, and it has been done by two ways: the truncal way and the selective way. The truncal, we can cut both the trunks, the anterior and the posterior, and the selective, the name suggesting itself कि भाई जो सेलेक्टिव है वो सेलेक्टिव मतलब हम किसी चीज़ को सेलेक्ट करेंगे, किसी चीज़ को काटेंगे। तो हमको यहाँ पर एक चीज़ देखनी है कि हमको चूँकि गैस्ट्रिक के पेन है, गैस्ट्रिक से रिलेशन पेन है, तो हम गैस्ट्रिक वाले पार्ट को कट करेंगे। तो जो नर्व ऑफ लेटर जेट वाला है उसको अपन कट करते, बाकी हिपाटिक और सिलोकम वैसे के वैसे रहते हैं। तो दैट इज़ नोन एज द सेलेक्टिव वेगोटोमी, and through this we can cure the particular patient, and we can do the particular diagnosis. Thank you.